Hello, everyone. You're welcome back to this space. And on this space today, we're talking about international communication, MCM 301, and we are in week 5. So, we're going to be talking about identity and cultural communication. Like, how do we relate with identity of some people? Because identity approaches can be in three forms: it can be social science, can be interpretative, and it can be critical at the same time. So, a dialectical view of identity emphasizes that identities are both static, it is dynamic, and as well personal and contextual, in which the identity characteristics sometimes from the basis of stereotypes and prejudice of some people. And like communication plays a very important role in identifying people through their language, through their mode of dressing, through the way they act, and through other things you see in them. You will be able to like identify them and like people of intercultural communication. And like let's talk about language as a barrier, because when you're trying to talk to some people, you can't even like understand them because we have different languages in the world. So language is a set of symbols shared by community meaning and experience. Research have shown that language choices are determined by culture rather than innate rules, such that one way that language can be barrier to effective intercultural communication is translation problem. Because let's say the person is let's say somebody is English now and another person is French. So if they're both speaking, they are speaking the language we understand, but they cannot, and they need a translator to be like an intermediary for them to explain. So that's one of the problem. And there are five possible translation problems and that lack vocabulary equivalence, such as vocabulary equivalence, idiomatic equivalence, grammatical and syntactical equivalence, experiential equivalence, and conceptual equivalence that will make people not to really understand each other, unlike words that are said. And let's quickly look at communication and cultural globalization. That is like, how is communication helping with cultural globalization? Because the analysis of the explosion of international communication has mainly preoccupied with the economic dimension of globalization at the expense of cultural aspects of interaction between people among the world. So like globalization of the privatized like advertisement driven model of Western commercial television has brought consumer culture to living rooms across the world. Like these days, you don't even understand some language, you know that that person is not from your culture or something, but they are shown on your TV. So that's a kind of like, it is becoming more culturally globalized that you can understand things that other people say by like gestures and other thing they do. So we've come to the end of today's um talk on international communication week 5. So next week we're going to talk about more interesting thing. Bye.